Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. And I thank Entab for inviting me here today. I am Manisha Chopra. I'm a counselor and have been into education for 15 years and also into energy healing, a lot of spiritual healing practices. I have started up a platform with the name of Divinity Heals and also Gurukulum, which is holistic personality development, and Divinity Heals, which is combining counseling, psychological, and healing practices together to overcome stress, anxiety, depression, and these issues which are upcoming during this time. Today's topic, as we start with, is re-energize, detox, and perceive this time, which is the lockdown time, in a new perception, in a new wavelength. Let us talk about the education system, which is very important system for a societal change. Leadership and the main important thing to overcome any kind of fear in the mind, starting from the children to the parents, to all others who are around us, starting from educationists who are thinking how to overcome crisis at this point of time. Online education systems have started, starting from preschoolers to primary to secondary, and also all the things which are happening at the university level, everything is going online. Lot of mental health issues have cropped up during this time. And there is something I think which is very important, which we need to answer. Now we have to reperceive this time and go back to our spiritual roots. There is an important saying which was there by Martin Luther King that the man is killing himself in his own missiles. So we have scientific men, but misguided men. So it is very important for us to understand at this point of time, how are we going to take care of our children, of ourselves in a new way. Let us talk about the various ways we can energize ourselves and reorganize our whole system. The first thing is education online, which is not letting us have a place of our own. Everything is happening in the house at the same time, online study is going on. So there is a lot of distraction for the children as well as for adolescents, and people who are doing work from home are also getting a lot of issues related to stress. One point of time, the stress was related to work pressure, and at this point of time, stress is related to because we are locked down. We can't go out. We don't know what to do inside the houses. Let us come back to a few of the important things which we can do. Let us start with number one, plantations and gardening, which is also an answer as a detox, which is going to answer as a detox. Lot of plants which has eroded from our houses because of our going out from the houses, work time to be taken care, all those things, still we are there at home. And plantations starting from our youngest lot of children, lot of educationists can give now collaborative work to the students to start gardening, little plantations from all old things which are there at home, which can be used to plant little seeds. Second, we come to mindfulness in each and everything which is getting difficult at this point of time. Good evening to everyone who's there today. Okay. Mindfulness had to be added to our curriculum system now. Guided meditations, which have become even more important as a need of time right now, because online system of education has another added disadvantage to it, which is stress, anxiety, many other mental health issues related to internet addiction, gaming disorder, which starts cropping up. Social phobia, students and children, adolescents, all of us all of us, it is very important for us to go out, actually meet people and talk to them, interact with them, rather being artificially connected with each other as we are getting connected now. This form of artificial intelligence, which we were looking forward to, has actually given us a small little impact of how it is going to be if we are only working on technology and artificial intelligence, and how important it is to interact one-on-one basis. Let's talk about our mind. First is the mental health. What are the positive things we can think about this time? We used to go for meditation retreats. There were many spiritual retreats which were being organized one after the other, and that became another kind of a business for today. But now the spiritual retreat can be your own place, your home. A little corner aside can be put aside for a lot of things, starting from some sound mantras, some chanting, which can be done together. Breathing exercises have become very, very important during this time, which I was, as it is combining for a lot of psychological therapy. Because many of the researchers, many of the imbalances inside the brain are also caused by by the release of certain hormones. Excessive release of these hormones leads to depression, anxiety, and many other cases. So we need to balance ourselves in our own ways, which our own spiritual masters, Indian spiritual masters had aligned, whether there are various formats of yoga, kriya yoga, pranayams, all that have to be incorporated, not only for yourself, for the children, for the adolescents who are seeing a different kind of a world today, where they are locked down, they cannot move out. Earlier, we were open to go out, move wherever we want to go. Then there was a threat which started about addictions, about abductions. And because of that threat, we started locking our students, our children inside in a very safe, secured environment. Now, beyond that threat, there is a bigger threat, which is this pandemic. And that threat is leading us to think of a new kind of a system which is going to overcome all these problems. Let me stress upon guided meditation, a new vision. Because whatever we think in the field of energy, that amplifies as much as you want to. So collective consciousness has to change. Let us start working on mental health and collective consciousness. The first thing about mental health is to keep yourself positive about a new future. A new future could be the same kind of a sattvic future which we already had in our own Indian society. The new future could be, yes, filled up with technology, but at the same time, we have to learn how to detox ourselves from this technological world. We have to take, after every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we have to take a breather in the form of let's go back to nature, do some gardening, do some breathing exercises, be in the nature, and you have to make your houses the green places. Each and every room has to have greenery in some way. Second, we come to anything, if we think is lowering our field, our balance from inside, we have to take it up. And the most easiest way is through our spiritual intellect going up instead of our IQ. We have to boost our spiritual intellect. That we can do, number one, through chanting of mantras. Any repetitive thought which is coming in your mind increases and vibrates in each cell of your body. So that repetitive thought, instead of being a virus or increase of a virus or being locked down, that repetitive thought could be transformed and changed to another repetitive thought. Any positive affirmation, Or secondly, to any repetitive chant of a mantra, which is going to enhance your field, your mental stability, and also create a vibrational field which is going to bring about balance and positivity inside you and also around you. Second, let's come to our emotional balance. The emotional needs, our emotional needs, since we are all the time seeing each other virtually rather than seeing actually, there are a lot of the emotional needs which are not being met. Because of this, we have aggression issues, we have issues also related to we have aggression issues, we have issues related to family disharmony. Lot of cases on call have been coming up related to marital discords at this point of time. They can't find a ample space or space for themselves, feeling tied up together. So emotional balance can be attained by having your own space through some of your hobbies which you never were able to connect with. It could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be meditating, it could be just reading a book, which is very important. Every person has their own way of balancing themselves. That time to balance should be used and utilized. Third, we come mental strength, emotional balance. And the third part, we start with your spiritual balance and spiritual intellect, because that is the time, that is the thing which kept our leaders moving forward when we were going for a freedom fight or whatever transformation in our society had happened with these three major things combined together: your mind, body, and soul, a fitness regime which has to be taken care. Most of the people during this lockdown time, they don't have a discipline which is set to themselves. This discipline, which is the most important thing, which is created by the society, by in a formation of a school unit, educational unit, or an official unit, but the same kind of a system without having any other control from outside has to be developed from your inner self. Every house, every person has to have a disciplined routine, because discipline is one thing which is going to help to overcome any kind of issue which is not under your control. The I if there is anything which you wish to ask, that also you can post. I thank all of you who are there today. So disciplining the mind, I'm getting a lot of calls from parents. The children are not sitting, they are eating as well as studying. They are online and eating together. What we eat, what we drink is making the blood inside us. So it is very, very important how we eat. When we talk about mindful eating, which is the most important thing. So the one thing which I've started in personality development for students, which is online and offline, is how to do mindfulness in each and everything. Very important when you eat that you are not on any other gadgets around you, because your food is creating the energy within your mind. Whatever you are thinking is going inside you as a food. Mothers at home and all the females who are cooking the food, very, very important. What are you thinking while you are cooking the food in your kitchens? Because that thought is going inside each and every family member inside your house. Whether if you are thinking with fear, fear is going to come. If you are thinking with strength, strength is going to come. Yes, very important. Without Suresh ji is saying, is this lockdown effect shifting more than repairable psycho effects than we expect from these discussions? Because without changing our own attitude towards it, nothing is possible. This is very right, because stress is not what is happening from outside. It is also about how you are perceiving a situation. So if you perceive being locked down, it is going to create such kind of effect. If you change the perception that it is a kind of a time to go inside, to make your own house is your temple, where you can clean up, you can make things organized, you can set up a discipline, praying in the morning, in the night, before going back to sleep. We are somewhat disciplined. Okay, Tangaraj ji is saying we are somewhat disciplined except eating. Yes, so you can enjoy what you could never enjoy. It is the time when you were rushing to offices, never been able to eat. So mindful eating is something which is very important. You can enjoy eating. But at the same time, cooking food with what kind of a thought and eating food with what kind of a thought is also making your mental energies and mental strength. What should we, so Animesh is asking, what should we do to train our mind, especially when we are adopting to new situations? Yes. The first thing is conscious breathing, which I would like to recommend to all of you. Consciously taking a break after every 15 minutes or half an hour and breathing consciously, like the most important and easiest way is the belly breathing, like all small children do. Take the breath inside till your abdomen, bloat your abdomen, and breathe out in a relaxed form. Because during any time, whenever our mind is engrossed, we forget consciously breathing correctively. And that adds up and builds up lot of mental tension and stress, and is also not healthy for all the organs inside us. I would be able to answer anything else if you wish to ask related to it. But most important, I would like to say that your houses should become greenhouses. 22nd April, which we followed as an Earth Day, is not one day. Earth Day could be every day. Your lockdown could be a great time where you could reorganize your houses, plant more plants. There are many plants which are available, which re-energize, which oxygenate your inner environment, and also help in detoxifying your environment. There are many of the plants which also help you to create a green environment. The more the color green is around you, the healthier you are going to feel. You are feeling locked down because you cannot go out, you cannot see people around you. What should, okay, Ankita Baruta. Yes. Some people are saying again and again that there's a lot of discipline which is not happening related to eating. Of course, yes, it is very difficult to overcome temptation of eating, but this is what we have to train ourselves as a meditative practice. How much we eat, at what time to eat, and what to eat, because what you eat, with what intent you eat, and what how much you eat creates your system. Your physical health is very important at this point of time, because your physical health is related to your immunity. Your immunity is related to your mental health. So we are in a vicious circle today where we think, what should we do? Where should we go? But the only thing which can help us from all this is keeping yourself in a different perception with three ways, that this is kind of a lockdown meditative time to go inside, because many of the healing techniques are within you, they are inside you. When you are able to come into your balance, you will know what to reorganize, you will know what to put into the right place. And every person has their own way of balancing, and every code is inside that person. So unless you take out and utilize this time to go within you, there could be music which comes out from you, which could help you balance. There could be dance, there could be any game which could help you balance. But unless you balance, you cannot take the stress, or you will not be able to handle these situations, because these are situations where the control is not in our hands. Only way is to help ourselves. But okay, would you please guide our viewers to do for sleep disorder? Yes, for sleep disorder, the first most important thing is waking up at the right time. And the second thing is that when you are going off to sleep, there are many guided meditations which are available. We are also designing few guided meditations. When we go on a guided meditation, even these guided meditation bring your mind to a relaxed state from alpha to the beta, and this is how you can come back. You can stop your brain from thinking, worrying again and again, and guided meditations are the most helpful. You can just put in your earplugs, go on a nice guided meditation whichever you feel like, and this helps in inducing sleep. Before going off to sleep, a salt water therapy also helps. In hot water, in a hot tub, you can put some rock salt, hot water, and just put on some sound or healing music and close your eyes, thinking of a beautiful future ahead instead of worrying. Put your mind on what you want to see, your dream world, which we could dream about. A dream world with lot of greenery, lot of birds around, what we can hear now today. A world which is more balanced, which is not rushing for things. A world where a lot of bliss and peace is there. Go in that state, see the world which you want to see, and that collective consciousness is going to help elevate many things. Rajiv ji is asking who to wake up early in the morning, sharp 5 a.m. For the last 1 month my sleeping habit is totally changed. How to overcome this problem? This problem can be resolved. Any one person in your house who can just ring the bell and make everyone around get up at a time. Any one person in the house has to take the initiative. Ankita, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such value. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being on board. Let us talk about one of the very important, one more thing is physical fitness. One exercise routine at any 1 hour of the day can be picked up. Where we used to go outside and walk, go for gymming, go for anything, follow any one person, whether it is a YouTube channel or anything which you think is important for you or gives you a kick. Follow that same person again and again on the same channel and be repetitive at the same time in the same place. Doing the same thing at the same place creates the energy. So it is important whether we meditate at the same place or worry at the same place. Ramayana, Mahabharat, everything is on. And what are they showcasing? They are showcasing that whatever is being thought or is there in your mind, that is growing and growing. There is a different place to meditate. There is a different place to eat. There is a different place to think when you are worrying about. There is a different place for discussion. At our home, everything is getting mixed up. And if that is mixing up, worrying, intermingling of issues is going to start happening. So let us segregate our places in the house also during the lockdown period. Create a sacred place where you can meditate and think about a beautiful future ahead. That place is going to build up the energy and more positive vibrations around you. If you are going to mix up, you eat on the bed, you sleep on the bed. You will never be able to sleep on the same bed in the same way. You have to bring in a transform of energies in various places and you have to segregate the energy around you. That is the only way to answer this solution, answer this problem at this time. So detox, re-energize by segregating places in your house. Don't mix up in the lockdown, because if you are not able to segregate, you will never be able to balance yourself. If you are not balanced, your mental health issues, emotional issues, all issues are going to crop up. So small sacred places in your house is what is going to give you a mental sacred strength and segregation in the mind and a balance inside you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Entab, for inviting me here today. Thank you. So, Suresh ji has a question. Which spiritual book would you recommend for these days? Yes, The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. That is what I would like to recommend, because there are laws towards success and there is a way towards thinking, which is very important. And if we are not thinking in that way and we are worrying again and again, we will not be able to utilize any time which is given to us. Any time given to us is for a reformation, is for a change, is for a change which was badly needed, but we were not taking care about it, and that is why we are landing up here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.